Okay.
Right. Yeah, we definitely recorded. It's
Okay.
1984.
So
On
is
with
it
Don Powell. A
right? I
good
mean,
year, sort of.
yeah, but I mean, it was after like the big year in a way, like the big Christmas with My Oh My and Merry
Yeah,
Christmas, So it
yeah,
was everything was happening for us, mate. It was
yeah.
really good.
Well, you had an early January release, Run Away.
Yeah, that's it. That was yeah. It was the follow up, obviously, to My Oh My,
Yeah,
and that did great for us as well. Good promotion video for that though.
yeah.
That was
That was it.
East
East
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Well, that's where we played in the 60s,
Yeah.
when there was, we were still with Astor Agency then, Carol will know, and we got booked for this end of film party at East Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
Sammy Davis
Sammy Davis
Jr.,
Jr.
Peter Lawford, and Jerry Lewis. I think Jerry Lewis was producing the film. We didn't know.
No.
We just turned up, and there was all that lot there, and it was great. I mean, because we were played, and then everybody kept on shouting for Sammy Davis to get up and sing, sort of thing. Anyway, eventually relented. He says, "I'll just take the drummer." That was just me and him on stage. I can't remember what song it was, Chris, but it was one of his real well known ones, and
Yeah.
I knew it. And there's a
Yeah.
stop in it. And
Oh,
I stopped really good. And he turned around to me and he went, "Yeah, I don't think he expected it.
that's a claim.
But I
That's
tell
a
you what,
claim to fame.
yeah, and it's funny and that's when we did the Run Away video.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
remember any of it? The taping of that or anything?
yeah. I mean, it was great. I mean, the that was it was a great couple of days there. I mean, they really worked on it on that
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
Thing. 'Cause we did all day with just us. Sort of doing the filming close-ups and what have you, and the next day was when they had the kids round the front.
Yes.
When they get the people in.
Yeah. And
But
then,
I'll tell you what, that's what broke Run Away in America, because it was on MTV all the time,
yeah,
that video.
yeah.
Because we were over there that later that year with Ozzy, but it was on MTV all the time. But I thought East Newcastle, I thought that's where we lived. I thought we lived there. But it was
So
just on non-stop that video of Run Away.
it all helps, doesn't it? It's sort of you needed the promotion. That's what you should in the 70s.
Yeah, I mean, we never got any promotion in the
No,
70s. We were just banging our heads against the brick
that's it.
wall.
Yeah. But
The only time we got radio play was if a lot of the time the radio stations helped promote. When you got to the town on the day, you
yeah,
go into the station to do a bit of promotion on the day, because they were helping promote the show. And that was the only time that I ever heard us on radio.
well, that was the thing. The thing with MTV, because it was national.
Yeah,
That was it, wasn't it?
yeah.
It wasn't all these silly little.
Well, that's what broke us over there, Chris.
Yeah,
That's what broke us,
yeah.
But yeah.
Because then in March you went over to America, didn't you? June, you were going to do the Aussie tour, but you did a few warm-up things, didn't
We
you?
did a few warm-ups. I've read the list. You got them down there, and
Yeah.
they were
Lubbock,
on his smallest places, sort of clubs, sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And then you were going to do, well, you did one gig with Aussie, didn't you?
We
And
did,
then Jim.
yes, San Francisco, which is outside, and that's when Jim went further down, and there's no way we could have carried on. But the thing is CBS have got a lot of promotion stuff ready for us, like some TVs and like lots of stuff. So what we did, then we drove Sharon Osbourne, like Ozzy's missus, lent us her and Ozzy's tour coach, just the ones that they had. We drove from San Francisco down to LA. I always wanted to do that drive as well. It's just what you like. It's fantastic drive across the cliff tops overlooking the ocean, all the way, nearly all the way down. Anyway, we spent like a week or so in LA just doing radios and interviews, things like that. We stayed at the Sunset Marquee, and it was a great week. And then the more or less before we flew back to England, we flew to New York to do the Dick Clark show, which was like a massive show, like on a Saturday morning thing. He'd been doing that since the 60s, because we used to watch him when we was in the Bahamas. We used to watch his show on Saturday mornings, and he's just such a big, enormous show over there, and his wife works with him as well in the TV studio. But and that's what broke it. And then the next day we flew back to England, basically after the Dick Clark show.
And I mean, well, you can't say anything. It's sort of it's a bit of the curse of Slade thing, isn't it? You have
it's one of those things. It's one of those things like it wasn't meant to be, Chris. No. I'm afraid. I mean, we slogged our guts out over there in the 70s. Total waste of time. It really was. We spent fortunes over there.
You should get a T-shirt with that on. It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, I should do. Yeah, but
yes.
But you know, he's right. It was not meant to be, Chris. You know, it really wasn't. And and he proved it when Jim went down, and that was it. We couldn't carry on. That was it.
Do you remember the next release? This thing, the interview disc.
What was that now, Chris?
It's an interview disc. It's totally unofficial, limited edition, 2,000 copies. But there seems to be more than that. And it's basically you and people, a chat. It's an interview off some radio station.
Oh, see, it's not actual. It's not music then.
No, it's a proper interview thing.
I don't think I know that one then, Chris.
Oh well, there it is.
That's quite a unique thing there. Where did you get that from then, Chris? Just on the internet?
No, the internet. No, it's 1984. It hadn't been invented then.
We're still sending faxes then, weren't we?
Yeah, we had to go into things called record shops.
Oh right,
that's for the kids.
I know of it, but I don't think I've never got one. Obviously,
No, well, it was. I keep on saying, there's a record shop in Warsaw where they just anything Slade. They just got me. I went in and they say, "We've had this." So I used to get everything basically, or go to Reddington's. I used to get all the foreign stuff from Reddington. Remember Reddington's in Birmingham?
That name rings a bell.
It was a little record shop.
We used to go to a place called the Discovery in Her Street.
Yeah.
We used to spend hours. The guy was great. He used to we used to be the old days of playing records in the booth, sort of thing. And we used to spend hours in there.
They used to have these long cardboard boxes that they kept the records in, and I just dumped a load of Slade
stuff. I didn't
go
through them. That's good.
Yeah. I just dumped all the Slade stuff in, put my name on it, and every week I'd go and buy half a dozen of them. They were imports, the American stuff and everything.
Right.
Until I realised after about 2 years, they're always buying with the picture sleeves. I got 15 copies of the same thing. So, anyway, that's all right. In America, they released the LP, The Amazing Kamikaze Syndrome, as "Keep Your Hands Off My Power Supply."
Yeah,
they messed around a bit. So they were still keeping you going, weren't they?
Yeah, they didn't like the title.
Amazing Kamikaze. And here's a bit. Have you ever seen one of those?
Oh, I've never seen that before. Wow. Where was that from, Chris?
Somewhere in America.
Oh, right. I've never seen that.
It's proper. It's got your name on, LP name.
I've never seen that before, Chris. Bloody hell.
One for the fans.
I mean, it was really funny because they didn't like the name of the title.
No.
And they called it, what's it? And they said, "We've got an award-winning album cover for you." And I thought it was the worst album cover ever, the American one.
You had some weird.
I don't know.
That's right. It was I sold my copy
neck of the guitar with a hand on it.
Yeah.
I said, we couldn't wait to see. I said, it's an award-winning album cover. We thought we couldn't wait to see. We thought, we got some bloody up. It looks like a cheap Woolworths job. Not putting Woolworths down, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying, sort of thing. But, yeah.
But they released "Slam the Hammer Down" as a 12-inch promo single over there.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that. I did. Yeah. Oh, that's the promo thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, well, one for the fans again. I'm saying this all the time at the moment.
Yeah.
But Yeah, and then you also did. Do you remember that Montreux, the Golden Rose thing
Yeah,
you did?
everybody was on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good laugh, that was. I mean, 'cause I'll tell you what was funny, because me and Doc was having a drink in the hotel reception, where everybody was staying. I mean, everybody stayed in the same place. Just as Queen arrived, and we'd had a few to drink, and Doc ran over, grabbed Freddie, dragged him to the floor and started kissing him, sort of thing, rolled on the floor. Or sort of Freddie gets up and he sort of straightens his clothes out and goes, Noddy, oh my, Noddy. No, it was a good weekend, that was it. I wish I could do it. I don't know if they still do it, but I mean, everybody was on it. So Rod Stewart was on when we were there, when we did that as well. It was a good weekend, that was.
It was the one where Roger Daltrey said that you were the ultimate rock band. I remember
was that from there, was it?
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, they showed whatever they showed it on the BBC or anything like that. You just wiped the floor with everybody. I know it was mimed, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember what we mimed to, though.
I can't off the top of my head.
No.
But even with the miming, just the show you put on,
yeah,
as far as I'm concerned, just nobody could touch
great,
it.
Yeah, because in those days, Chris, remember, we had nothing to lose.
No.
Because we really had nothing to lose, because we just went for it every time.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But
well, that's sort of getting back to my thing with the Slade thing. I always say that you used to approach it by saying, you were really good, love. That's fantastic. Now we'll show you how to do it properly, and you can, it's like that.
I'll tell you what the class it was. I think it was it Donington with Def Leppard?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they said at first I said, "Oh, there's no way we're going on before Slade. We've had massive success in America, we said we're not going on before Slade." And we said, "Well, we don't care. We ain't bothered. We'll go on then. You can go on after us." And they couldn't follow us because we had just such a fantastic show. And at least the singer did acknowledge it. He said the worst thing we had to do was go on after Slade.
Yeah, I think that was Reading, wasn't it?
Apart. It was Reading, I think. They said they just ripped the place apart. We couldn't follow them.
Yeah. No, you couldn't.
Well, I'll tell you, in those days, Chris, remember, we had nothing to lose.
No.
Because I remember when Knock called me up about Reading, and we were both clearing ourselves laughing because we hadn't seen each other or played together for I don't know how long. And we just had a couple of days rehearsal in the village hall in Sedgley.
Yeah.
And went, and we hadn't even got passes. We had to walk through with the crowd. When everybody was saying, "What were you lot doing here?"
it's all reminiscent. I say it was 1970 when I first saw him, and so I sort of
where was that in 1970?
Aldridge Community Centre.
That's what I was about to say, because we wouldn't be doing the great gigs though, all those things. Yeah, great gigs.
It was comfortable to see.
But I still remember when we used to play the Queen Mary Ballroom, Dudley Zoo.
Yeah.
We used to walk, hear all the animals screaming and barking away. It was just like, I don't know if you've ever been there. It's just like the cafe part in Dudley Zoo. It's it's probably really tiny now, and there's no stage. It was just at the one end where on the floor with everybody else, But the thing was, that night, one of the nights we used to play there about once a month. It was on the Sunday night. And I remember the one night Robert Plant was there, and we hadn't seen him for ages. And we said, "Oh, Rob, what are you up to? Rob, we ain't seen him for ages." He said, "Well, Jimmy Page has asked me to join the New Yardbirds." And he says, "I don't particularly like the material, but it means I can go to America, so I'm going to take it." And the rest is history.
Fantastic, isn't it? Genius. Yeah, genius. No, Bloxwich. No, the other. I used to go and watch your Bloxwich Baths as well, because it was all in walking distance.
Yeah. I think we only played there a few times, didn't we?
You did. Then you moved on to bigger things like town halls and things.
Well, I always remember the George at Warsaw was always one of my favourites.
Yeah. Well, we were only it was places we could get in because we were only 12 and 13. And we might have been big 12 and 13.
You wouldn't have got into the George.
No, exactly. Anywhere that served alcohol. but places like Aldridge and Bloxwich, because they were community type places.
That's it. And there's no booze there, was there? So
we just stood at the back and were terrified.
Well, that's it. Have a bottle of Coke and last for half a dozen of you.
Yeah. What time's your mum coming to do one of them?
Yeah, that's it. Well, I remember when I used to go to the youth club in Moxley, and there was nothing. I don't think we could even buy drinks there, you know, because we played there a couple of times, and I won the table tennis championship there.
Because the Moxley Youth Club was at the end of our road.
No, not Moxley, Moxley.
Moxley, sorry.
Moxley, yeah. Moxley we did as well, yeah.
Yeah, well, that was the end of our road. Moxley Youth Club was, literally. It's I could walk it in 3 minutes.
Right, yeah.
But it was a different estate.
Okay, so it was a different crowd.
Oh gosh, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, it's just same with us. Stowell we were separated from anywhere else. Yeah. You know,
we were posh on the Dudley's Field. I'll tell you that.
We weren't posh, no, but
we didn't have a pub.
They were always frightened of us. Frightened of the Stowell ones. we were the rough ones.
Love it. Right, do you remember when Polydor released that?
Yeah.
They did it to sort of, I suppose, to cash in on the success, didn't they?
I think what it was, because, you know, when you have the contract, they still own the catalogue for a certain amount, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what they released on that.
It's a good little compilation. Tommy Vance did the sleeve notes.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Promo coffee again. 1 minute. Yeah.
Well, I remember because he was there. I'm sure it was Reading where he was.
Yeah.
Tommy Vance, and he came to our dressing room in the caravan before we went on. He says you're going to wipe the floor with everybody. He said because you've got the songs. He said everybody's going to know everything you play. He said you're going to wipe. He said you're going to take this show, and it was right. He was right, Chris.
Well, the new hits. The advert's been on for the last couple of weeks.
Really?
The new album. Nod's starting doing the TV stuff tomorrow morning, I think.
That's right. I know. That Liam told me earlier on.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to watch that. I'll get that tomorrow.
And
because I can watch it on my iPad. I can get it on my iPad.
It'll go back in the charts. Go back up the charts again. It's the ideal time, isn't it?
Yeah. That'd be great.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas is about to have, or it's already had its 100th week on the charts.
Right. Nice.
So what's that? 3 years complete. Everything, you know.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's frightening.
Yeah. Not as good as Shaking Stevens, I don't think, but it's pretty good.
Oh, really? It's just above us, father.
Shaking Stevens. Is it Shaking Stevens? I think he has ridiculous charts. Things are ridiculous compared to you.
It's phenomenal the success he's had, and people don't realise.
No.
People don't realise the amount of hits he's had.
Yeah, and how many weeks they've been in the charts as well. You had this thing of going straight in at #1, and 2 or 3 weeks later you were out of the charts. Other people had come in slowly and spent 10 weeks on the charts.
Our sales, because it went straight in at #1, because everybody bought it that weekend.
Yeah.
You know, so after that, it was everybody was overtaking us with
but
sales.
People
as always got sold the first weekend.
Yeah. But it's not bad though, is it? 6 #1s.
No, pretty good. But I think a great day. On Saturday, Chris, I played with the Glam.
I know.
Yeah, really good it was. Really good.
Yeah, socially distanced.
But, I know it was really funny because like some people, I didn't notice. I couldn't really see from the stage, but a few people stood up and they were told to get down again.
Two ladies at the front stood up and dancing, and this chap sort of sidled up to him.
That's what I heard. You know, sort of thing. Yeah, but that was a good night.
Next single. Yes. You know, All Join Hands.
Yeah.
It was released as a 7-inch, an ordinary 12-inch, but they also snuck in a secret 12-inch that had got 4 tracks on. It had got All Join Hands and My Oh My, and also Here's to the Next Time, a Merry Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They
Yeah.
snuck that out.
Yeah, but All Join Hands, it didn't do as well as we thought, that one. You know, what number did you go in the charts?
15, top
That's
20.
right. It didn't do as good as what we thought. I was a bit
It was a
like,
good. It was I don't know. The video was do you remember the video? You sort of, it was one where there was some sort of party going on, and you pushed in, and you all took over, and it was sort of supposed to be a posh do, and you lot walk in and take over.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a Christmas song,
and also a bit too much in the vein of My Oh My, sort of thing.
Yeah, never watched it, but I found while I was doing it, finding the singles out. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's an order form for.
Oh, blimey! That's the Chris Charles one. He did great with that book, I thought.
Excellent. Can't beat it. Even as co-writer of The Noise, you can't beat it. Ours is a different book altogether.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, Christine interviewed us each of us separately.
Yeah.
Those were my drinking days, and I was last to be interviewed, and the other said, "Oh, you're going to meet Don. You better look out. He'll take you out and get you drunk." And that's exactly what I did. We done the interview, and I took him to the wine bar and got him slaughtered. And he said,
"I mean, it's 36 years old.
It's really
it still bears up. It's fantastic.
I think, to me, it's been the best one, that has.
It's been the only one.
Is it? Well,
it's the only official. It's the only official one, isn't it?
He did a great job, I thought.
Yeah. You've got yours and Nod's and Dave's book.
But that's more of a personal thing, in it?
Exactly. The only official outside one that is this. It's still the one.
Yeah.
The Noise, the one that me and Ian wrote, is unofficial, and it's not a biography. No. That is this thing.
But also it's the same with yours. The information in yours is incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, really though, Chris, the information yours, it would have been great if you'd got a proper distribution thing. If you could have got that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
information is just amazing. Has it been released abroad, yours, or in different?
You can get it anywhere because it's on Amazon. You can buy it anywhere.
Yeah.
Europe, America. Japan, anywhere that has that sort of thing. So, but it's all right. It was a pleasure to do it. It was good fun.
I had great fun going through it. No, really good, really good.
We've got a couple of questions of fans. Unfortunately, I haven't got the real names, but here we go. Pardon my French, if we can do it. This guy called Lassie62. What was it like to be back in the States, and had it changed much from the 1970s?
Not really, I don't think. It was great. Well, I'll tell you what, we had such high hopes of when we went back with the Aussie thing, you mean?
Yeah.
We had such high hopes because Runaway had got power play on nearly every station. It was like really showing, and CBS were a fantastic company that put so much, behind us and all that kind of thing. It was great. It felt like all the times you spent in the 70s were just banging our heads against a brick wall. You felt it was sort of paying off, if you like, but it was just a shame that Jim went down like he did, and that was it. And it was like, well, that's it. America ain't for us, it just,
Were you treated differently? Did the record company treat you differently?
Yes, they had a great promotion, John. They had a great promotion guy that was with us. He was great. He had, the promotion was fantastic. The CBS did. So much stuff that they did. It was just a shame.
Yeah, imagine you being 10 years earlier. So if,
yeah, I know, that's it. That's what happened. Because Polydor weren't that big a label over there, you know, not then, and they really hadn't got the outlets, you know, they hadn't got the distribution situation sorted out, all the promotion, you know. The only time we ever were on radio was like a lot of times in the 70s, the local radio station would co-promote a concert. So consequently, on the day, you would go down to the station to do a bit of blurb, you know, to talk about the concert because they were co-promoting it, you know,
so
and that was, you know.
treat me like an idiot. So, but how can some of the groups that went over there, like the Swedes, I mean, they're
Yeah.
number one, didn't they? Bay City
Yeah.
Rollers were
Yeah.
huge. Is that all down to the record company?
I knew I was looking at. That was a big hype. The Bay City Rollers, you know, really was a massive hype. But it was whoever they had behind them, you know, sort of thing. I mean, the thing that went against us is they put us out as the new Beatles and all stuff like that, you know. And he was like, "Okay, come on, impress me." You know what I mean? And now it was, and plus the fact of going top in the bill. You know, I mean, that was the worst thing, you know, that we did was go top in the bill.
But the first one with the humble pie, I thought was a sensible thing.
That was a great thing. We were opening, we did 30 minutes to the opening. There's always like, there's humble pie, usually Jay Giles band, or believe it or not, Peter Frampton, who just left humble pie, you know, Peter Frampton. But yeah, and we opened the show for about 30 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
But we did it wrong by really taking the English show over there, you know, and all the dressing up and all the stuff like that. Just it wasn't going down, Chris, really. You know, they couldn't take it seriously.
No. But hindsight's a great thing, Don.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got another question of Hard Rock 73. Excuses, the grammar's not that great. It must have been strange for the band to see the success of My Oh My in December '83. Right.
Yeah.
And Merry Christmas at number 20. And Run Away then went to number 7.
That's right.
Yeah. Amazing Kamikaze only got to number 49, but was repackaged by CBS and charted in America. Oh, I see what he's saying. He's saying that the album didn't do all that great over here. The amazing, but over in America.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, over in America, like that sort of, because the way things are going, they'll push something like that. You know, they'll push an album because the single like Run Away was starting to show, so they'll push everything. Then, you know, they'll go for it. You know, and it was a big disappointment that it didn't do so well over here, Chris. Over in the UK, it's a big disappointment that was.
He asked if you should have released another single in the UK after Run Away.
Well, we did, didn't we?
Well, you did. It was, but not until All Join Hands. There was a great big gap.
It was
All Join Hands, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, and All Join Hands was a bit sort of like the same kind of thing, trying to do a My Oh My, if you know what I mean, which was already done.
Yeah, it was January then. It was almost a 12-month gap.
Yeah, but now I think
I can see what he's saying there. Stick one out in June.
Yeah, it's just strange. It was just a weird time that was with the record company sort of thing. I think, to be quite honest, I think they were waiting to get rid of us. You know, they'd had us a few years before that. They collected them. They got the money back from My Oh My and Run Away.
Yeah.
And it was like, I've got to be honest with you. I think they were waiting to get rid of us. You know.
Strange times, isn't it? He also wanted to know would you have, if you had the chance to release another one of the Amazing Kamikaze, do you know what it'd be? If you fans, was there a single you fans, a song you would have put out? He says Cheap and Nasty Love.
There's a few on that, but I don't know. I wouldn't know what to say without looking at all the titles.
No, I'm just looking myself. It's what I've got.
Yeah.
Buckle up, put them down myself with mine, and I don't know. There's
no, I can't think without. But But I think RCA had done what they wanted after run away, and they weren't particularly bothered then. They really weren't particularly bothered.
No, it was no, it was a Slade year again, wasn't it? Sort of ups and downs, and
that's it. I mean, it was a good album as well. That was, but they could have done more. They could have done more beyond that album, you know. But there you go.
Not to worry. Do you remember? Oh, I know what I might as well ask you. With the Chris Charlesworth book, do you remember the promotion at the Trumpet?
Where, sorry?
You did at the Trumpet, didn't you? Did a thing at the
Oh,
Trumpet?
we did quite a so we did quite a thing there, didn't we?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah. No, but I think now they worked hard on that on that book, that noise book.
Chris Charlesworth has come forward.
Yeah, he did a good job, Chris did. He did a good job.
Pictures as well, which always helps.
Well, you know, he's great because he got pictures from each of us, you know, sort of thing. Otherwise, you wouldn't have got half of that stuff. You wouldn't have got from anywhere else, you know, like the ones that I had from, you know, the whole caravan in Torquay. We're not putting his pajamas on.
That's the ones,
and, that's it. And yeah, all those things, a lot of early stuff, you know, sort of thing that he got from each of us, you know. So
no, it was definitely what's it. But I think that calls it for 84, Don.
So what was that, Chris?
I think we've called it all now for 1984.
Okay.
We're about this time in December. Nothing was happening. Next, we'll do an 85 or whatever next time.
Yeah, whatever you want, mate. Yeah, we'll do that. That's good. But I had a good night the other night. They did 3 songs with the Glam on stage.
Yeah. Available on the internet all over the place.
I believe so. Yeah.
But,
it was a good night. It was straight, like I said, strange place. Nobody could stand up. Anybody stood up, they were told to sit down again. You know, it was a good night.
The camera. If you'd have had all that technology back when Earl's Court was being recorded.
I know. That's
can you imagine?
One as well. I'm the same with the recording. Apparently, the recording ain't that good from the Earl's Court thing, you know, and you know, the technology, whatever, you know, sort of thing. And I believe the film from Earl's Court is very dark. It ain't that good, you know, sort of thing. But
but it's technology again. It was like we were talking about when we were talking about going to the moon. On it, sort of, it's nothing. It's a small. They didn't have the technology now that we had, and but they still managed to get to the moon.
Yeah, well, the trouble is, though, I was reading a thing like that. They got to the moon on the most basic computer, but these days would have been thrown away.
Yeah,
you know, they got on. You know, they got frightening. Really, I watched it recently. The moon landing, the taking off and everything, and
30 seconds of fuel.
Sorry,
30 seconds of fuel at the end to touch down.
I know, incredible, eh? And I watched that horrible disaster. You know, the what they call it when that the first time a member of the public went, then the
Challenger.
Yeah, when that blew up, and I watched that. There was it was just down to a small O-ring, apparently.
Yeah.
You know, sort of. You know, I mean, I think that, and you see something like that. I remember watching it, thinking, bloody hell, what's happened? You know, it's a big, you know, just bellows of white smoke and everything. What the bloody hell's happened? You know, and they showed you this one thing that's coming down, which I'd never seen before. But they managed to show it, and it was a separate from that, and this thing coming down, and I reckon it was where some of the crew were.
Yeah.
You know, when it hit the ocean, there's something like sort of 400 miles an hour. You know, they said they were probably dead before they hit the water. You know, but you know, you can't imagine. Bloody hell, I mean,
no. Right. I'll end it at that. I think we'll say, if you don't mind, keep going, Dave Kemp. We're thinking of you.
Yeah, we're all thinking of you, mate, Dave. You know, so you know you got a lot of people behind you, mate. So we'll keep in touch and see how you are. We'll keep in touch with Bob. I will make sure you're going to be all right, mate. I'm back and up and running again. You know.
Good. Right.
Cheers, mate. Yeah.
Cheers, Dan.